Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. It has been a while. I'm sorry I meant to get one up during this last time that I had off, but things on the 4th of July and all the holidays there just got a little too busy and had to go and spend some time with the family and doing things and all, so I just never got around to it. And then I worked the last 3 days, but we are back into it now. I do apologize for having taken so long. We are here in southern Mirkwood. Here behind us is Cuchulainn. And Cuchulainn sent us on Chapter 5 here, Treacherous Lights. And since we've probably forgotten, if you remember, we ran the instance last time where we went in and rescued the elven prisoners who had been taken into that fortress. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just over the top of the hill here. We have been taken there and rescued the prisoners in the instance before they got taken to Dol Guldur. And he came back and gave us the Treacherous Lights quest. Let us go in. We're going to show the history of it. And he said, I worry that the Greyhammers would become a problem, Gnarlo, but what could I say about it? Nothing. And now they have gotten themselves, and us as well, into trouble. Otri Greyhammer can tell you more. I saw him last inside the Haunted Inn, raging at the hearth there to anyone who would listen. We've got that going on because remember we're part of the Hidden Guard, taking Mazog from way over there at Moria and across the Sirion, and then we're coming over this way, and we're supposed to travel with him way over there to Dol Guldur. As you see here, we were starting over here just outside of Lothlorien. I was just outside the Murky Eves. We're trying to make our way over here all the way to the right in Dol Guldur, and we are currently stopped right here at the Dower Stocks outside of the Haunted Inn. So now that we've reminded ourselves of where we are and what we got going on, let us go on into the Haunted Inn and see if we can find Otri and see if we can find what is going on with him and what the whole issue is going on that Cuchulainn is so upset about and worried that it's endangering the entire mission here.
Two of my brothers have up and gone missing in the
Gnarlo, will you help me? You had better, for that is why you're a part of this foolish endeavor, is it not? I would not speak ill of the plans of Bosi and Broger, but Broin had not had any experience of his uncle or his father, has he? Nor that of the Greyhammers, truth be told. Now, two of my brothers had gone missing in the swamp, and if the elves know the difference between treacherous ground and solid footing, they have taken care not to tell us which is which. Find Rozar and Stiggur Gradehammer, somewhere among the fens of the Drownholt, Gnarlo, and find them quickly. There are watery terrors in that place, and no self-respecting dwarf would be pleased to be stuck in such a vile marsh, with the only help to be had these Lorien elves. Oh, Lord, it looks like escort missions. Find Rozar Greyhammer and ensure his safety. Find Stiggur Greyhammer and ensure his safety. All right, so it looks like that we are going to be going into the... And we go here, show map. Avian. Not right? Yes, Southern Mirkwood. Which one's? There we go, Mirkwood. So it looks like we're going to be leaving the Dower Stocks here and traveling down to the south, looking all in the Drownholt, trying to find these two missing dwarves. I'm tempted. I want to see. We've got some other quests around here, so while we are in the business, why don't we take a look at what some of the others have? Bats Among the Ruins. Nope, that's up in Danaglor. That was the place, the fortress we had the instance in just now. Filth and Riches. Ventured north, beheld the ruined walls of the elves, the filth and the way, the hordes. Yep, that's up toward Danaglor as well. What do you have? A wood rife with spiders. Wanting us to go and kill spiders. Wanting us to look for Elf Ruin, Danaglor. Once again, they're sending us up to Danaglor. We're going to be heading in the entirely opposite direction. One day, whenever we do the LOTRO playthrough, which we are talking about doing.
Stay a moment.
Have you found Mirkwood so far? On a mission to Danaglor. Everybody here wants you to go to Danaglor, it looks like. We're talking about doing that LOTRO mission where we get the stone of the tortoise and we start out.
Stay a moment.
Read the gravestone. Okay, this one actually wants you to go across into the town where the Oathbreakers are, so that's getting a little closer to what we're doing. Athradir, the Drowned Wood.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Traveled south into the Drownholt. Okay, talk to Ladrell in the Drownholt. So that's one we can actually do. Whoops, let's go ahead and read it. Sorry. Welcome to our temporary establishment, Gnarlo. You may rest here a short while, but pray do not get too comfortable. There's a task I would have you do. Several days ago, our host split in two, and half our numbers traveled south to explore the swamplands and the Drownholt. We have not heard from them since, but it is important that we establish some lines of communication with them. I do not think the distance is very far, but it will be a treacherous journey. There is no friendly creature in Mirkwood, Randir. Not one. Ladrell will receive you when you find her. She travels among the southern host at Estelad Mernael. Okay. And is his other quest headed that way? The road to Eminloon.
Will you lend me your ear?
Nope, that is asking about Eminloon, which is to the east of here. So he only has one where we go into the Drownholt. Prestadir.
Stay a moment.
This was one that we might as well take because we're quite likely to run into some. The sly beast of the dour stalks. Do you hear the howling from the trees, Gnarlo? We hear them, but we cannot see them when they wish to be scarce. Nay, not even my long-sighted elf friends. The dark rage wolves of Mirkwood are vicious beasts, and their attacks upon the Maladrim are ceaseless. While they are no match for the elves of Lorien, I believe they are acting on more than instinct. They harry us day and night and seem more bent on distracting our guards and archers than coming in for an actual kill. Such prey as we are not appealing to these beasts. I am not sure what motivates them, but I would see them hindered. You should venture into the dour stalks and remove the harrying threat of these sly beasts. Please bring me as many hides as you can collect, and I will examine them for anything strange. At the very least, the furs will make handy provisions for my kindred when I return to them. So he wants you to collect 12 dark rage wolf pelts from all around here at in the dour stalks where we happen to be. All right, so we got a couple of quests here that we can do. Let us travel on in. Our two main ones is going to be Chapter 5 and the Drowned Wood, because we're going to be down there in the Drownholt. Okay, so we are going to travel down there now. Ooh, look at our luck. It is starting to turn daylight. Isn't this amazing? Yeah, Eminloon is the next main hub that we're going to come to here. It's further east along the road, so we'll hold off on that quest until we get there. In the meantime, and there's the one that we went to. That's the one we had, what was it? Danaglad, I think they were saying the name of it. That's that one right there. So that's the one that we had the instance of. So let us head to the south and see if we can find these missing dwarves down here. Missing dwarves and the elf we need to talk to all the way down here in the Drownholt. And we will just continue on foot. Like, I might as well mount up, but I'm thinking we might kill some stuff along the way. I am hoping to get some more up. Today is a Saturday. My wife and son are busy watching tennis matches right now. I think they're watching the women's final that's going on. They would be watching the men's, except for Federer. Federer died. Good Lord. Federer lost. And yesterday, was it? Was it yesterday he lost? I can't remember. I don't follow tennis. Two of them are absolutely nuts about it. I don't particularly care for it, so I don't keep track of what was played when. But anyway, with it gone, they're not really that interested in the rest of the matches being held right now. Good, we got our wolf pelts. Excellent. We should be able to get 11 more of those without too much trouble as we travel through the forest here. I'm going to turn this on for the moment, as we are still a little bit more nighttime. Before we finish up in the swamp down here and make our way back up to the city, we will definitely see more dark gray jewels. We would definitely see daytime fall. Now if you see over here, we have got some kind of sparkly thing over in the cemetery. Okay, there was one about reading a gravestone, so that right there possibly should be one that we had picked up there and come back and read that gravestone here in this graveyard. But perhaps we will get it the next time we're through here. In the meantime, we're going to try to keep following the trail here. This is one of the unusual situations with the trail on the ground. It's actually easier to follow than it is on the map. And the reason for that being the cloud canopy. Tree canopy, sorry. The tree canopy you see there. As you can see on our little mini-map, it's very difficult to see anything, any detail at all on the mini-map there, because so much of it is up underneath. So much of it is up underneath the trees here in the Mirkwood. Alright, we are going to head straight on to the south now. If you keep going down that way, you get to Emmenloom, which is that next post. We're going to go south instead. Might take out one or two more of these dark rage wolves as we go. They are light blues and not much of a much, so it's another good quest to finish up. Surprised we didn't get a deed pop up, you know, Wolves of Mirkwood or something. It's like, you've only got to kill 250 more Dark Rage Wolves to get a prize. Alright, continue on. And we should see there we go, the Drownholt, the warped and twisted and dead trees of the Drownholt and all opening up in front of us. A swamp cat. Yeah, those are nasty creatures too. We'll zoom in and take a look at them. I said before, the models and all are quite nice, are they not? Got a wonderful panther kind of look to him. Ooh, and he can knock you back too. I had forgotten that these suckers had knockback on them. You see their swamp cat. It's a saber-tooth cat. It's a lot like the saber-tooth. It's probably a reskin of the model that you get, the saber-tooth cat you get up in Forcal. The saber-tooth ice tigers that you get up there. But still quite a nice model and good to see. I was reading some of the entertainment news and stuff while I was at work this week. And unfortunately, one of the things is that there's another rumor of another big round of layoffs at Turbine here. That is unfortunate and disappointing to hear, if true. One of those things that makes you worry about the long-term health of the game itself. You know, will we make it to Moria in time? Yeah, it's difficult to say, and hopefully we will. I don't see the game closing. I don't see it shutting down because I think it probably, yeah, it's like they say, it's in maintenance mode. I mean, heck, look at it. Even EverQuest. I mean, think how long EverQuest has been around. And even it is in, you know, it's in maintenance mode for the most part. Okay, we got a ring. That's what we were looking for. It's in maintenance mode for the most part, and even it still gets about a once a year update there. All right, and this looks like Rosar. What? Wait. Who? Huh? What the hell? Alright, y'all just saw her, right? Y'all saw the ring, y'all saw the dwarf. We came up, and as we were sitting here talking, they disappeared. Someone playing burglar tricks on me? We got another burglar out here who's making themselves invisible. I'm thinking that maybe someone came along doing the quest right before me and that they were still showing up for some reason, but that was weird. What were we discussing? We were discussing... Ooh. What is that? A Mirkwood web spinner. With a whole bunch of broodlings and stuff. Engorged broodlings. Wow. Okay. I think we might go back in this direction. That looks like something that we don't want to tackle right now. I am not sure what the heck that was. A level 100. 100. Remember what we've talked about before? Oh, that actually does me good. Remember what we've talked about? Rare Arch Nemesis. Remember what we've talked about before about the... that's one way to get people to come back into these lower level zones. Remember we've talked about before the fact that I always thought it was wonderful. It was kind of like whenever this game first came out, you had things like EverQuest does. EverQuest did, where you'd be in a beginning level zone and there would be somebody way too high for the zone, some monster way too high for that zone that would be there and would surprise the heck out of all the newbies. Well, I could very easily have gotten the heck surprised out of me just then. That's pretty incredible. Alright, I'm gonna head on back this way just because we didn't see anything further back there. I'm going to head back this way toward where we saw the Pool of Creeping Death. And apparently the Pool of Creeping Death poisons you because we just got the poison effect on us. Nice. I'm going to head back toward where we saw that ring and see if Rosar reappears here. It was a case of maybe they were standing there and they got pulled off on a quest by someone else. Although I think this is where it was, right in this area. Do not seem to be here now. Let us continue a little further to the east. We know there's at least one more dwarf in these parts, as well as a elf that we have to find. I don't think I want to go any further over there to that rare Arch Nemesis. 100th level Arch Nemesis. This be a little bit easier, a little bit more tolerable if these were wolves I were killing. Rather than these saber-tooths. But what you gonna do? A lot of magnificent hides here. And it is definitely daytime now. Our light has worn off. We shall keep looking to see if we find any more dwarves. This is pretty much what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to keep wandering around. Probably throughout the entire area here until we find another dwarf. Either of the dwarves, or find the elf that we have to find as well. So when we do come across somebody, I will rejoin you and we will show you where we are on the map there. As you see, we're barely starting to scratch the surface of the Drownholt here. So we will see you again in a bit. Okay, we have found someone. We've been circling around the edges of the large pond here in the middle. And as you see, we are just down on the bottom edge, and ahead of us is Rosar once more. Let's see if we can make our way over to them. and catch them before they disappear this time. Breaking his reverie. What? I do not know what happened, friend. I will return to camp at once. Okay, so we have found one of them. Now do we need to find? Now we find Stigur and ensure his safety. So apparently, whatever the name of this main lake is here in the middle, he was being mesmerized by it and just staring off into the darkness. And we got a bog crawler on us now too. No problems. We can take it out as well. There we are. Alright, so you see where we found Rosar that time is down here. Earlier they were up north. Don't know what that was, but they were found down here this time. So we are going to continue searching through the depths of Mirkwood here. I wonder what these things are. Do these things start a quest? I bet these things are part of a quest where you got to find these like marsh lights or something in the water and follow them along. That's kind of what that looks like. Just sparkly. I've seen a couple of them. There's nothing there you can actually click on. So I don't know if it's one where you have to follow stuff like you see there, or if it's something where you have to, if you have the quest, they're clickable. We'll have to see in a bit. But I'm going to keep wandering around, trying to find the other two objects of our attention. Ooh, you notice how the palettes changed some. We were kind of, ooh, there we go, right over yonder. Where are we at now? You see there, we're continuing on toward the very eastern side. There's Stigur. So let's go talk to him and get him back into the Greyhammer way. Ah, there he disappears. You son of a... Oi. Oh, that is irritating as the devil. One of these days, I'm going to need to shut up. I wonder if he's sitting there staring into the lights. Bet that's what it was. He's sitting there staring into these corpse candle lights or whatever the heck they are. Reminds you a lot of the dead marches, do they not? Alright, we're going to keep looking, as I said, see what we can find. And when we do find one of these damned evasive dwarves, we will get back in touch with you. We have found Stigur once more. Let's get over here and click on them before they disappear once again. And they friggin' disappeared once again. Okay, I'm going to stand here. This is essentially the same place they were before. So I'm going to stay right here and wait for them to reappear. When they do, we will rejoin you. Alright, they just appeared. We have right-clicked on them and they ran away again. Oh my effing God. This is seriously ticking me off. They appeared for a second. Turbine? Remember what we've talked about some of your other quests? How pointlessly and needlessly aggravating you make them? When you have a quest dwarf like this who appears for all of like 2 seconds, if that, and then disappears every a few minutes. I mean, I'm not chasing this dwarf all around across all these swamp lights, waiting for the one that they appear at next. Alright? And yeah, I know earlier I was talking about the lights on the water. Yeah, treacherous lights. You know, they're sitting here staring at and mesmerized by these lights, aren't they? Well, yes, indeed they are. So it's like if you read, if I read the very name of the chapter, I would have saw the light reference there and would know what these lights are. I would not be surprised at all if at some point we have to follow them or figure them out or something. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we didn't. It's kind of 50-50 with the way they make with the Lord of the Rings and the way they do their quests here as to how things are going to happen. But I'm going to back out a little bit, and we are going to wait once again for his next appearance and right-click on him as quickly as we may. And we will see you then. All right. Stigur just flashed in front of me for literally about 1/3 of a second. He appeared and his ring appeared just long enough for the ring to appear, and then he disappeared again. So, I don't know if there's some kind of a anti-camping code that pops up here and keeps you from standing too close to him as he reappears. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to wander around a little bit, see if we can continue to find him. See if we can find another place that he pops up, much like we had to do with the other dwarf. Along the same lines, while we are doing that, I am going to wander to the east, because off to the east, we were supposed to find the elf camp, and those right there look very suspiciously like a couple of elf tents. They just have that elfy kind of look about them, don't they? The ones right there at my cursor. So we are going to continue to travel that way, and hopefully reach the tents, and maybe, just maybe, find this elusive damn broken dwarf while we're doing it. And I am definitely going to be sending in a bug on this quest and say, you know, Turbine, you need to get your act together. You know, maybe in getting close to maintenance mode, you know, maybe getting closer to running a skeleton crew on it, but we really need y'all to get your act together on this particular quest, because this is ridiculous. Ooh, another place with, it looks like a big tree on an island with lots of balls of fire or something, bog lights. Let's go ahead and kind of avoid the bog lights there. Wonder what that's all about. I'm sure yet another quest or something we would possibly find out. Oh, that was something I was saying earlier. We were looking into the fact that we were discussing that. Let's see, where am I at? All right, let's head on to the east. Probably on that rise right there. I'm thinking that higher, drier ground right there might be where we come across those the elf camp. But we were talking about, yes, LOTRO, you know. It's one thing Mindfiend has talked about, is that we will hopefully, he's wanting to roll up a new character and start over as a beginner again, and get those stones of the tortoise that they sell that allow you to disable your leveling for a while, and see if we can't actually come through and do the quest and stuff here, do the adventures and everything actually on level. Actually going through and doing stuff like going to the Shire and basically do all whatever 300 quests or whatever there are in the Shire, and do them at level. Because you can say, yes, well, you can do them now. You know, I could take Gnarlo level 65 into the Shire if I wanted to, and do all the quests there. What's the problem? Well, the problem is that they're way too easy. You see how we breeze through Moria for the most part, because we had out-leveled it, and we had only out-leveled it by between 5 and 10 levels there. You know, we had already blown through. I mean, we're already at the level cap for Mirkwood. You know, Mirkwood raised it from 60 to 65, and you see how pretty darn easy all the quests have been for us. You know, these quests should be like yellow, some of them yellow and orange. So, yeah, we'd like to go through and just experience the game the way it originally was, and the way it was set up to be, and get things, you know. That's another thing we've talked about. No using the Matham armor and stuff like that. The only armor we would use and only weapons we would use would be those that you get from completing quests, and those that you get. Wow, they got Stable Master over here now. Guess they've added Stable Masters in everywhere, haven't they? The ones you get from completing quests, and the ones that you get from...
What do you need?
From actually crafting and making yourself. So there you go. There is Ladriel. Let us talk to her. She was the Drowned Wood quest. So we'll go ahead and discuss with her. Megovanen, I am glad Athridnir sent you to us, Melon. There is so much to be done in this drowned land, for we are beset by many troubles. Okay. Our tools of the second age need to be reforged. And our tools of the third age need to be reforged. Both of those have hit level 20, so we'll have to take care of that when we get the opportunity. She has a couple more quests. Do they belong in here? Stalked by shadows.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Oh, what do you know? Defeat swamp cats. Isn't that nice? That's where all our damage on our paper doll over here came from. It's all these swamp cats like that's been jumping us. Stalked by shadows. How eerie. I can see them from this very spot when they dare to come into view. Surely you have been hunted by them on their way here, have you not, Gnarlo? I'm speaking of the dire cats of this vile black swamp. I dare say those beasts have never had a wholesome meal in their lives for generations uncounted. They seem to be driven mad by our presence, for apparently we and our horses seem like the best food that has ever presented themselves before them. I do not like how they prowl and stalk. Please go and thin their numbers so that the good folk who may have need to travel can do so without being eaten. So we got 10 swamp cats. That will be easy to do. And wetlands of southern Mirkwood. As you see here, yes, those elven tents were exactly what we were looking for. We are very busy here with planning our offensive, as you see. Unfortunately, this does not leave me with much opportunity to pursue my usual studies. I am a scholar of nature, you see, as are many of my kindred. I have great interest in the natural world, even one as corrupted as this black forest. At home in Lorien, I have a great collection of water samples. It has taken me long years to build. It would be a shame to leave the Drownholt without expanding my library. You would be doing a great favor to me if you would take samples from pools in the Drownholt as you go thither. Such items would be worth more to me than gold, Gnarlo. All right, so we got to collect 10 water samples in the Drownholt. How sweet. Oh, did I not accept that? Nope, didn't accept that.
Moment.
There we go. Now we are going to make our way back into the Drownholt here. I guess actually we could redo our thing right here, can't we? Yep, I will reforge them. Then we are going to head back into the Drownholt and see whether or not we can find that
Greetings to you.
elusive damned dwarf once more. And we will see you when we accomplish that. I see a ring. Let's see if we can catch this son of an elf before he disappears on us again, shall we? Get him, get him, get him. Come on, come on. Don't you dare! Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm officially at the frustration point now. This is a dumb choice. Alright, we've collected our first water sample anyway. Looks like all these sparkly areas, all the sparkly areas that they like us to stare into are apparently the areas we can collect the water samples at. Oh. That ticked me off. That really did. It's like, you are frickin' joking me. You are seriously gonna make it so that these dwarves disappear. Can I get that one, or have I already gotten that one? Alright, that's 3 water samples. Basically all the areas where you got the sparkly bits, you're also going to collect water from them as well. Wonder if that'll lead on to a different quest. Ooh. Oh, that's yeah. Alright, hunting them down again. Okay, everyone, we've got an update. I basically rage quit for a while because everything was pissing me off so badly. Went out, I actually bugged the quest. I tried to put in a GM ticket, but it wouldn't go through for some reason. But I put in a bug for the quest and all that. Went out, looked on the forums. There are complaints about this quest going back from just a couple of months ago all the way back to 2011. All right. Now, apparently the quest is working as intended. You will notice right up here. Let's see. They're lost somewhere within the fens. Desperate you find his brothers lost in the fens. The dwarves have caused another delay. All right, let's go to the history. I worried they'd become a problem. He can tell you more. The unfortunate news, the mission is stalled. We talked to LOTRO Greyhammer. Please go and find them. They're lost in the marshes and all that. Nothing in here that talks about duplicate dwarves or anything like that. You remember this guy that we have up here, Stitgar up here, the one that keeps disappearing when we get close to him. Well, apparently he's a duplicate. There's apparently duplicates, just like you saw with that other dwarf. What was the other one's name that disappeared? Razna, Rosar. They have duplicates around. And the duplicates disappear when you get close to them. And there's only one that's the real dwarf. Now, there's nothing in any of this quest information that tells you that. They even hints at there being duplicates. You know, maybe they just move around. That's what I was thinking. Maybe they move around from light spot to light spot, and you can grab them when they get there. That's why I tried to do it right over here with the guy. No, that's just a false. That's a phantom. There's nothing in here that tells you that gives you any hint that these are phantoms. And will just disappear when you get close to them. I mean, I was standing as close as I am to Nifdir right here. I was this close as he spawned in, and like I said, the Stitgar spawned in for less than maybe a half a second and then disappeared again because I was close to him. No. If you cannot tell, if there's nothing in your quest or nothing in the way the quest works that makes you think that you cannot tell whether the quest is working correctly or bugged, you need to put some more information in it. It's poorly presented. Okay? In this case, it's like add a line in there saying, be aware, though, the lights of the swamp can fool you, and not everything may be as it seems. You know, something other than just, the dwarfs are lost, go find them, please. Oh, this is really ticked me off. Anyway, having found that knowledge, I came out here and looked for him, and I have found him. If you come down here to where Nifdir is, Nifdir does not move. Come to the south, I'll show you on the map. Right below the R here. Come right below the R in Drownholt. Especially at nighttime, you'll see the campfire here with Nifdir. If you find Nifdir, head almost directly east. There we go, like this. Head almost directly east, and right there is where his ring is. I'm going to grab this water sample while we're at it. Oh. Doesn't that, like I said, people have been complaining on the forums for 5 years about this quest. It really needs, don't think you'll see it be improved or changed, but it really needs to be improved or changed. Have something added to the quest description which at least hints at the possibility that these dwarves aren't just moving around. There's only one that's the real one, you know. Oh, anyway, let's talk to Stitgar so we can send him off back to camp. All right, I remember little. How did I get here? I will return to camp at once. And we are going to go traveling back to the Haunted Inn now. Talk to LOTRO Greyhammer once more. And we will see you when we reach LOTRO up there. And I go and lower my blood pressure once more. Alright, folks, we have a ride back up here at the Haunted Inn. Whoa, buddy. Let's come on down here. We have a ride back at the Haunted Inn. We'll go inside and see if we can find LOTRO. As you see, we were able to find a couple more water samples. We're up to 6 of 10 now. And let's see what LOTRO has to say about us finding his lost family members.
This place fills me with uneasiness.
Rosar and Stigur was just here, Gnarlo, and they had the strangest stories to tell. Each of them reported seeing familiar faces among the tangled bushes and briars, and hearing voices on the wind. But when they approached, filled with amazement to see lost friends in such a place, there was no sign of anyone. But lo, further ahead, an encouraging wave and a smile. This place fills me with unease, Gnarlo. Thank you for rescuing my brothers. Without your aid, I fear there would have been 2 fewer Greyhammers in this world come sundown, if sundown ever truly leaves this grim wood. Broin is in the cellar. Tell him my brothers are safe, and ask him too if the elves have come to an agreement on how to proceed. The sooner we move on from this place, the happier this Greyhammer will be. So we need to go talk to Broin in the cellar of the Haunted Inn. Easy enough. Cellar door is right over here. We will go on down. And let us see if we can find Broin down here. There we are. Hello, Broin.
This waiting wears thin. The elves have still not decided which way to go.
Hello, Gnarlo. This waiting has already begun to wear thin, and my patience was stretched to begin with. The elves have not yet decided which way to go. Perhaps you can help them decide, if anyone can.
Someone must take charge, or it will be next winter before we advance a single step.
Chapter 6, The Choice of Ways. The death of the elf Radir has made uncertain the fate of this journey, Gnarlo, for none of the elves know by which way he planned to bring us in secret to Dol Guldur. Speak with the elves here in the cellar and try to decide on the proper course. Someone must step forward and take charge, or it will be next winter before we advance even a single step, and who knows what will befall Bori in the meantime. All right, so we've got a new chapter, Chapter 6, The Choice of Ways. And we need to go and talk to whatever elves are in the cellar here, the hidden guard, and see if we can figure out which way we are going to go. But that will be for next time. Hopefully tomorrow. I have, I'm afraid, gotten a little bit burned out on it for today. That quest was... We've talked before, you know, Mindfiend and I have talked before about certain quests in the Secret World when we played it that were a little bit unclearly written. There are quests in Lord of the Rings here that could definitely be written better as well. This is a perfect example of one. Need a little bit more information to tell you what you're looking for. Another one, there was back before we got to Moria. You'll remember in Eregion, there's a quest there where you're looking for a camp. And they tell you it lies to the south and the east. Yeah, this place that they're giving you the quest is on the middle of the map. You've got a huge section of the south and east you can check. But the place that you're actually looking for is almost directly east of it. So, yeah, there are several quests that really need a little bit of work in this game. But there you go. We've gotten through it. I will quit ranting now. And next time we come, we will do Chapter 6, The Choice of Ways. Thanks for coming along with me. Thanks for putting up with my frustrations. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.